We thought all hope was lost. Worked out. I'm assuming this is everybody who wants to be here, so we get started. I thought practice went well. I heard Coach Grantham coming off the field seemingly pleased about what had happened, and didn't get any indication that Coach Bobo didn't like the way things went. But now we did do a lot of crowd noise that I'm not sure I heard every word those guys said, and couldn't tell if they were happy or sad. But I think overall the guys, we had a good day. Good first dress rehearsal tomorrow. We'll do it again in the stadium this time, and crank up the noise even louder, and just try to get used to it. Good news is, Murray's been through a lot of games like that, had to communicate that way, and most of our offensive players have lived through it, so it shouldn't come as too much of a shock. But first game of the year, it's it'll be, everybody's got to focus, no doubt. So, but it's a good day, so y'all can ask me what you want.
Was today the first time y'all done the crowd noise?
This fall, yes. We thought about doing earlier, but what happens if you do it all practice long, then it's very difficult to coach, especially if you're a wide receivers coach and you've got some on that side of the field, some on that side of the field, or DB's coach, and you're trying to bark out instruction or correction, and then he just can't hear you, and you can't be running back and forth and all that. So we learned that lesson in years past, where we just couldn't get enough coaching in if we did too many days. So I thought 2 days would be plenty.
You like the new uniforms, and do you have much input on
I do like them. I didn't have any input on them, but I think they look sharp. I like the new fonts, and I like the bigger numbers. It's going to look good.
You have any input on them?
I don't know. They usually ask you and you nod your head. I don't get too worked up about it. So.
Mark, what do you guys do with an 8:22 kickoff on Saturday?
What do we do on Saturday?
Yeah,
Saturday?
Is that just tough to wait that long?
We will have a breakfast for everybody that wants it at a normal breakfast hour, or relatively, I don't know what normal breakfast hours are, but in the morning. And then the first meal that'll be mandatory will be a lunch meal, basically a lunchtime meal. And then we'll start to get into all of the things that we do, all of our meetings, special teams meetings, offense, defense, whatever, walkthroughs, video, hit the pregame meal, start taping and treating, whatever we got to do, and then we'll get rolling. So the main thing is they'll have a chance to sleep in a little bit.
Is there time do y'all watch other games, your players, or you guys watch other games?
Oh, I'm sure they will. I will. When I have downtime, I'll be watching games, and I'll always have my computer there with the opponent's film, and I'm sure I'll be looking at that some as well. But this is one of those games where you've seen so much film, you don't feel like you're trying to catch up. We've had an whole off season of it. We've had the last 10 days or whatever of it, about double the time we normally have for a normal week. So, I mean, the video will be there to look at, but I definitely watch games when I get a chance.
Dabo Sweeney made a point of saying that almost that too much can be put on this game, meaning that you have an entire season to play after this game. How do you kind of approach when you have one game that's built up so much to start the season, and you don't necessarily want to put too much on the one game?
My approach has just been that we need to, everybody just needs to focus on their job, period. You can, first game, second game, third game, that's all, know what your job is, study your responsibilities, and carry out your role to the best of your ability on every snap. And that's really all I wanted to be thinking about, so that's what we'll be focused on.
Dabo mentioned yesterday a story of when you all talked the day that Gurley committed, and that the fact that you called him back, he doesn't remember what it was about, told him that you knew Gurley was coming here. Do you remember that, and why?
I kind of, yeah. Every once in a while I don't know what we might have been talking about besides that, but yeah, I think I do remember that.
Was that a cat and the canary kind of moment?
Did he say I called him?
I think
You called, or he called you about something, and you called him about something, and he called you back, and you were on the treadmill.
Okay. I'm sure it happened.
Yeah.
I'm 53 years old, okay?
Or do you remember the ones that got away more than the ones that?
I swear to you, man, as soon as they go somewhere else, I really just focus on the ones we got. I mean, you can't get too bent out of shape. But as it turned out, getting Gurley and Keith in that recruiting class was just really big for us. It was, I don't know what we would have looked like a year ago without them, considering everything else that happened.
is it common to communicate, say like you and school X are both after kid? Is it common for you to communicate with the head coach from that school?
I think assistant coaches do it a lot more than I do. I don't do it much. There may be some other conversation that comes up, and we might be discussing another subject, and then the recruiting part will come up, or every once in a while during pregame warm up, somebody might make mention of a battle that we might have had somewhere along the way, but I don't know. I like competing real hard for them, but then when it's over, and I just move on.